Hey team. So I just finished up my first ever substance designer material and I wanted to show off my progress. So it may not be perfect, but it has a bunch of different parameters that can help us customize the look that we want for this wood paneling. It's supposed to be for floors, walls, furniture, things like that. So it has different paneling on it that we can choose from. So if I go into my parameters here, I have two different versions. I have a clean version with no wood knots. It's very polished, has a little bit more sheen to show that it's been oiled and taken care of. And then I have this default, which is very damaged. It has those wood knots in there. It's meant to be for like more old environments where it's very aged and hasn't been taken care of. Although it does still have this sheen on it because I wanted to show that it still is something that a human wanted to look nice. So there's like this oily sheen on it showing that they polished it at some point. And there are areas that are less polished. I have a grunge map on top of it that makes the roughness less shiny in areas, more shiny in other areas. But if we look into my parameters here, I have a bunch of different things. So I have horizontal divisions for our planks, which if I increase this bevel here, as you can see, you can have horizontal planes. And then I also increase the number of vertical planes that you can have. Here's the difference between the top and the bottom here. Same with the Y bevel. It can be thinner or thicker. I don't want it to be terribly different between them though. And then I have panel thickness, which changes the height of the panels, makes it look like they're sticking out more or less. Substance Painter doesn't really do a great job with this, at least with the settings that I have on my material, but that's what we've got going on for that. You can change the amount of knots that are in this. So if you didn't want any knots, you could turn it off. Or if you wanted a lot more knots, you can turn it up and they'll just be smaller and more scattered throughout, as you can see here. This one looks really good. This one in the center here. I like how that one is. And then we have panel thickness, edge wear. This is where we're going to get a lot of that like chipping that we see on the wood. Turn that up and down. We have wood grain depth. That's going to be our larger grains that we have and our knots. Then we have small detail intensity. So this is going to be our little tiny granules that the wood typically has. And this will also contribute to our edge wear too if we had it turned up. I'm going to turn that down more. And then the last thing we have is panel clarity. So a lot of the times with wood panels, they're not going to be perfectly straight. They're going to have these little indents here. Sorry, you can't see my cursor, but they're going to have indents throughout and some little imperfections along the lines showing that wood's not perfect. It's a natural thing. So you can make it completely clear if you wanted. Like in our clean example, it is perfectly straight, perfectly clean in comparison to our default, which is this damaged, rough look. So that's about it. I hope you could get some knowledge, wood-based knowledge, from this, and let me know what you think.